There has literally never been a better time to get into Rivals 2. Over the past few months, they've basically added a whole new video game to the video game. If I've heard one complaint about Rivals more than anything else, it's that there's not enough for casual players to do. If you aren't a die-hard competitive player, you'd run out of ways to enjoy the game pretty quickly. All of the stages except for Harbor are designed strictly for sweaty, try-hard matches. There's no items to shake things up, but I am a sweaty tryhard. I've been playing competitive Melee for over a decade. I am the poster child for finding enjoyment in a game through mechanical intricacy. For me, the joy of fighting games is the conversation between me and my opponent as we adapt back and forth. I don't need whimsy to have a great time. So when Aether Studios gave me early access to the new patch that added 10 new casual stages and a slew of wacky items along with the new character Slade, I mostly thought, hell yeah, that's good for the casual crowd. So I sat down ready to try the newest character, called up a friend, booted up the game, and then unexpectedly played 4 straight hours of random character casual stages, items on shenanigans. Cool, thanks. No, it was maybe the most fun I've had playing Rivals in months. Keeping it 100%, I thought the new modes would be great, but not for me. I'd have some fun playing against friends for content, but I really wouldn't mess with it outside of a few streams and videos. No, 90% of my playtime for the past 2 weeks has been casual modes. Goofy items, silly stage bullshit is so much fun. I have to give it up. I was wrong, and I think the team absolutely knocked it out of the park here. And it's not just the stages or the items. Between those, crew mode, and the workshop beta, if you haven't already, this is the best time to get into Rivals. And as someone who can buy groceries when you make in-game purchases using code wisely, I love that this is all free. It is included in the base game, no paid DLC. I cannot undersell this. If you've tried Rivals before and fell off, or maybe you never tried it before because you knew that purely competitive focused fighting games aren't your thing, or hell, in my case apparently, if you loved the game from the beginning, this is your sign to give it a shot. Or another shot. I don't know your life. All right, the first new mode is actually in the game already. It's super sick, and most of you guys just totally missed it. Rivals added full-blown crew battles into the game. And oh my god, it's so much fun. There's 2 ways to set this up. You can do solo crew, which is basically Squad Strike from Alt, which is basically All-Star mode from PM, who did it first. You choose your character order, and every time you lose a stock, you respawn as the next character. It's great. The sleeper hit, though, is the second mode, where you play with a crew of friends. Each player chooses their character, and once you lose your stock, the next player respawns in with their character. Cheering for the homies to carry you after USD is a transcendent experience. Being the carry makes you feel like a god.
Holy shit, that kills. That's crazy. Wait, my puddle just stays there.
Dude, I'll think of you when I see it.
Thank you. Oh, I can! Holy shit!
Yeah.
I waited until he was going in my... That's crazy!
Dude!
I have played it at locals, I've queued online solo, and with friends. I have played it in Twitch Rivals, all top tier experiences. It hits this middle ground of casual chaos and competitive skill that I really dig. By the way, the single biggest thing every casual player knows about from Rivals 1, Workshop, is finally back, in beta form. Anyone can make a character and upload it to the internet for the entire world to play. It's taking longer for characters to come out than it did in Rivals 1 Workshop because 3D characters are just more complicated to make than 2D ones. But the characters we are getting so far are so sick. I mean, you've got all the usual suspects. Ports from other games, unique concept, original characters, memes that feel like, honestly, they are way higher quality than they have any right to be, and Donkey Kong. From talking to some of the Workshop creators, they think we're like 2-ish months away from seeing Rivals 2 Workshop really start to take off. And honestly, that tracks to me. The models that are ripped straight from Smash are definitely the highest quality ones we have so far, while fully original characters are still a work in progress but have super dope ideas. So on one hand, keep an eye out, but on the other, you can just play as Puff with hit falling right now if you want to. I am working on another video that's just about Workshop, but way more in depth, so if you want to see that, get subscribed. Oh my god, the casual stages. Honestly, I didn't expect to like these so much. Don't get me wrong, I have played my fair share of fun stages in Smash before, but I'm one of the people that turns most of them off. I hate the stages that straight up kill you or have unavoidable hazards. But here in Rivals, basically every stage has some sort of way to interact with its gimmick. They don't straight up kill you, there is real depth here. Now, I'm not about to ask for these to be played in official brackets, but the first time you parry a rolling crag, grab it, and aerial glide toss it towards some poor schmuck for the kill, I mean, there's nothing better. It's peak. It's so good. They're incredibly silly, but they're also all built to work with the deeper Rivals mechanics. Wall jumping between the buildings of Jules Vale, comboing off the lightning line on Thunder's Peak.
Yes! Wait, no!
Training Dojo, which is just the stage from Smash 64. On Treetop Bridge, hitting the other person swaps who's getting targeted by the giant plant. And I do not know if I have ever laughed harder than seeing this on Sinking Shipwreck.
It just fucking kills you.
I'm not gonna explain all of the stages here, because honestly, you should just go experience it for yourself. I don't want to ruin the joy of discovery for you. Just know that these stages have warmed my cold, competitive heart. We've got the walk-offs, the requisite overly large stage, the stage that is also definitely just a mini-game. Some of them are crazier than others, but they're all somewhere on the spectrum of fairly standard, but with a fun twist to totally warps how you play the game, but it's not gonna straight up kill you if your hands are on the controller. Also, can I just say, dropping 10 new stages, all with a bunch of brand new mechanics, all at once, and totally for free? That's nuts. Just in case you wanted some more shenanigans, Rivals also just added 20 new items. These range everywhere from your standard Plat Fighter proximity mines and bumpers to items that give you the elemental powers from the other characters. You can finally know what it's like to use Edelis's Ice as Zetterburn, or Galvin's Drill as Absa, or Maple's Rap as Maple. Using the other elements is so much fun and such a good idea. I was always a little worried about how they'd add items that felt fun and unique without a bunch of IPs to pull from like Smash. And it's a ton of work for a small indie team to program in hundreds of new interactions. And they just sidestepped all of this altogether by playing to their strengths, making a chunk of them character elements that we already had in the game, and then building on their own universe. The other items are fun too. I do love throwing a fish, but like, you've all seen a bomb before. There's also whatever this is. Our leading researchers say it's called a gooplicator. Can anyone just tell me if this was in the lore before? I should probably give Bowler a call. For the Plat Fighter sickos, all these new items mean that we have item tech now. I am so happy to report that Z-dropping and glide tossing are in the game, and that Arcane holds items in his mouth. By the way, you can queue online for all of these. They've reworked how matchmaking queues work a bit, just to make it easier to find casual matches consistently. I'm personally gonna get friends in a Discord call and laugh the entire time. Full cast Ironmans on casual stages are gonna go so hard. I love this game, and I love seeing that it has changed and added so much since it came out over a year ago. Speaking of, we are 4 months into 2026, and here is the roadmap they gave for all the new upcoming content. The only thing left on this roadmap is legendary skins. Everything else that isn't here yet was technically beyond, 2027 and further. They're so far ahead of schedule right now, so everything else I'm gonna cover here on the channel is gonna be a surprise to all of us. That's sick.